Do you think you need a huge down payment to buy a house or a home? If you've served, then it's completely wrong. You don't. And I'm going to show you why. Most service members never use the number one home benefit that they've already earned as a result of their service. Are you one of them? It's interesting to know that most veterans and active duty military members are not aware of the benefits that they have. And even those who are aware don't know how to use these benefits. They don't know what to do. Well, that's why I'm creating these videos and I'm committing to it, to try to educate as many people in the service as I possibly can. So my question to you is, did you know that you can buy a home with zero payments down? Well, let's talk about the VA loan. Hi, my name is Paul and I am a realtor in the state of California based in the Central Valley area. I'm also in the reserves in the United States Navy. I was active duty for a bit and then after that transitioned to the reserves. So since I got my license as a realtor, as an agent and then a realtor, I decided I was going to try to help as many service members as I possibly can, because while I was in the service, it was a surprise that a lot of us did not know about the benefits that we have. Hence this video that I'm creating. So if you've served in the military, my question to you is, did you know that you might already qualify for one of the best home buying benefits out there? And did you also know that most people, most of us service members, are not aware of these benefits, and those who are aware don't even use it? Well, I'm sure you've heard the term before, VA loan. That's what this video is about. What is the VA loan, or what is a VA loan? Well, I typed this out so that it's easy for me, so I'm not just all over the place. A VA loan is a special home loan benefit for veterans. Veterans will include National Guard members and also service members in the reserves across all branches. Active duty members, self-explanatory, and then surviving spouse. Certain surviving spouses of service members who died in service or from service-connected disability may also be eligible. Now that's a very wide pool. If you fall into any one of these categories, you are eligible to use the VA loan. And like I said before, the VA loan is it's a loan that is made available for veterans, like I just described, National Guard members in the reserves, and active duty service members and their surviving spouse or some surviving spouse. The VA makes this loan available as a benefit for you as a result of your service. And here's the best part. You don't require any down payment compared to the other type of loans that are out there that might require you to put in 3.5% or 20%, as the case may be. It doesn't require you to have private mortgage insurance. And a private mortgage insurance is when you put a down payment that is less than 20%. Basically, the lender wants you to share the risk with them. Hence, the insurance that you take is just a way of saying, if you're not going to put in as much as 20% or over 20%, then you would have to provide insurance for me in the event where you default on your loan. But with the VA loan, because the VA backs that loan on our behalf, we do not require private mortgage insurance. And I think amongst all of these, this is the part I like most. It's the competitive interest rate that can save you thousands of dollars. And I'll give you an example. Currently, the rates are dropping, which is good. Rates are somewhere about 6.5%, depending on lender and depending on your circumstances. It could be slightly lower. But with the VA loan, it is, in some cases, you can get as low as 5.75%. That is good. It makes a whole lot of difference when you're trying to buy a house. I have a mortgage calculator on my website. You can go down the link in the description. You can go there and put in the numbers, or you can use a mortgage calculator anywhere on the internet. You just Google it and put in your numbers, play around with the percentages and see what I mean when I say when I talk about how much difference it makes between 6.5% and 5.75%. All of those numbers tend to add up over time. So what this means for you is that you can get into a home, meaning you can buy a home without needing to save up a huge sum of money, which is often the biggest barrier for home ownership. See, when a person wants to buy a house, say, for example, $350,000, if the lender requires 20% down, that means you'd have to put down $70,000. There's not a lot of people who have $70,000 cash to buy a house. That is often the problem for most people that prevents them from buying. But as service members, veterans, active duty members, and some surviving spouses, this is a huge benefit. You can buy without having to put any money down. There's some other payments that come into the equation, like closing costs and so on and so forth, which we'll get to down the road. But that can also be avoided, quite frankly. There are ways around this. It is, what I'm basically trying to say is, it is possible to buy a house with a VA loan with zero down. It is possible. Now, here is, in my opinion, here is another good part of all of this. Many service members never use this benefit simply because they do not know that it exists. And this is why I am creating these videos. This is why I've chosen to talk about this as much as I can, to educate all of us who wear this uniform, whether you're in the Air Force, the Army, the Marine Corps, the Navy, Coast Guard, in the reserves, National Guard. These benefits are there for us to use them. So I think it is unacceptable. And bear in mind, these knowledge are out there, they're available. We get training, from basic training all the way down to when you get to your command. These informations are passed across, but a lot of things happen, so people are not aware, and that's fine. However, I'm here, and YouTube is here to save you, to help you, I should say rather. Now, you don't have to not know about these benefits anymore because, like I said, that's what this video is supposed to help you do. You qualify for a VA loan if you're a veteran and you're in the reserves, National Guard member, active duty, or, like I said earlier, some surviving spouses. You qualify. And if you qualify, some of the best parts I've just mentioned is that you can buy a house with zero down payment. You can buy a house without having to get private mortgage insurance, PMI, and you will also get competitive interest rates. There are factors to consider, like your credit score and so on and so forth, but these no doubt are benefits. And if you fall into these categories, you have good credit, you have enough income, and all of this can be talked about, you can buy a house with zero payment down. There's a whole lot more to this, and I will be making other videos to talk about all of these other areas of it, like how long can you use it, how many times can you use it, and so on and so forth. The truth, this is your earned benefit. It's been made available to you, for us, by the government, and because you've served, you qualify. So I would say now is the time to use it. Don't wait. If you are a service member, veteran, National Guard member, reserves, active duty, or a surviving spouse, then you can access these benefits. If that is the case and you've been wondering how you're going to be able to afford a house, if you fit into any of all of these that I just mentioned, then please take the step today, do the math, use the mortgage calculator down in the description below, calculate and see where you fall into. And if you're not so sure, my contact details are below. Reach out to me and let's see how I can help you buy your dream home. So if you're a veteran, like I already said previously, or currently serving, don't let this benefit go to waste. A VA loan could be your ticket to owning a home sooner than you think. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.